I'm going to let you know the red flags that might tell you that this is not the job for you. They haven't bothered to look at your resume. Now, this has happened to me loads of times. You turn up for an interview and the interviewer doesn't know even the most basic or recent happenings in your career, nor anything about your level of experience. In fact, I've occasionally heard the interviewer even admit that they haven't bothered to read my resume. Now, that's not always a big deal. I know some interviewers that use the resume for selection of interviews and then don't pay it that much attention after that. They prefer to make it all about the interview and the interactions they have with the candidate. And that's cool. But it can leave a slightly bad taste if you put all that effort in to produce a quality resume and then the interviewer hasn't even been engaged enough to read it. From a candidate perspective, if this does happen, then do make sure you don't fixate on that fact and instead concentrate on making the interview interaction as good as it can possibly be. And if there are any nuggets of gold on the resume, then do look for opportunities to bring them out in discussion points during the conversation. Scheduling is disorganized and communication is poor. One of my pet hates this, and as such a common mistake. Interviews take a lot of scheduling and the logistics can be complex. That's not just for interviewers and companies, but also for candidates who often have to carve out time from their workload at their existing job, find somewhere private to conduct a phone interview and such like. There's really no excuse for poor communication, but so many companies fail in this area. As a candidate, you deserve to be kept fully up to date, offered some flexibility in terms of schedule, and certainly not be punished if you need to reschedule it for valid reasons. The level to which a company shows organisation and good communication in the interview process can really set the scene for a successful interview or otherwise. And I've had some shockers in the past where I've travelled a distance to be there and not been expected, or the interviewer didn't even turn up, or nobody turned up. This tells you that they don't care. They don't want you as a person, as a team member. I know that if I see a promising candidate, then as an interviewer, I'm beginning to sell myself, sell my team, and sell my company before I've even spoken to them. From the interviewer perspective, what if they end up having several offers from different companies? They'll certainly remember how they were treated by the interviewer right from the start of the process to the end. So it's vital that an interviewer shows you the respect, courtesy, and organisation you deserve so that you can bring your best self to the interview process. And before the next red flag, I've got a course all about mastering the interview process from a candidate's perspective. It's already helped dozens of people get their dream job, so check the link in the description. You can even take it for free. An emphasis on working hard or working long hours. We work really hard here. You'll be expected to give up weekends. Expect long hours. This place is a tough environment. Have you ever heard that in an interview? Not particularly appealing, is it? Many people do work extremely hard, giving up weekends and making personal sacrifices to ensure that they're the best they can be for their company and their own career. But before the personal sacrifice comes engagement and bond with the company, bond with the manager and bond with the team. Engaged employees have got no issue with working above and beyond what's generally required. But for an interviewer to start with the expectation of personal sacrifice really doesn't set the right tone. You should be hearing about how the company and team are going to empower you and how they're going to make you better and more capable, how they'll treat you with respect and fairness and trust. Only then can an employer even half expect any kind of personal sacrifice, and really they shouldn't expect any at all. Going in two-footed with an expectation that you can kiss goodbye to your work-life balance as a privilege for working for this company is most certainly a red flag that you should take notice of. Business or ethics scandals. It's been the bane of many a company, and indeed it seems to happen a lot these days. But remember that when you sign up to working for a firm, you're also representing them and they're representing you. Has your potential employer been in the news for all the wrong reasons lately? Most big employers have had some form of negative press. But make sure you as a potential recruit have checked out the history and the news. There may well be something in there that means you as a person simply don't align in terms of value and ethics. It's distinctly possible. And everything else might be good. It might be a good role with great benefits, but ultimately if you and the mission of the company are at odds, it's going to affect your morale and ultimately it'll be a slow and painful death. So make sure you're up to speed on the history. And don't feel bad for rejecting a company because they've seriously dropped the ball. Companies deserve to feel the impact of these serious mistakes and errors of judgment. And if that means losing out on talented people like you, then so be it. If you've got an interview coming up and you want to run through your preparation with me, then sign up to one of my career clinic sessions. I've helped lots of people with their challenges and their interview preparation, including getting 100% bang ready for that job interview that they want. You never know, my 20+ years of hiring experience could be the difference that gets you the job. Links in the description. There are loads of different red flags that you can experience that might tell you that this isn't the job for you. If you like this video, then check this one up here, and I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching.